Hi, everyone listening at home.
All 1.2 of you.
Right. I'm sure this part will probably get cut because it's dead air and boring. I assume everyone else is prepared and ready because I'm not, and that's the way life goes.
I have pencil
I
and paper. I guess that
Yep.
and dice. So I guess that's as prepared as I get.
Yep. Same here.
All right. Well, I guess I can start doing stuff. We dive in. No, I should probably open the whiteboard, huh? Hey, let's
Hey!
let's do stuff.
If you need to
Like
take
a
a minute,
smart.
I might need to go and separate some cat nations. There's some
That'll
aggression,
that'll work.
bullying activity going on.
And that also means we can get some hardcore league done tonight.
I think so.
Yay! All right. That's all the files open. And everyone is intact except for Shota and his busted ribs and bruised ego. Actually, to be fair, there's probably a lot of psychic damage going on, but
That's not a thing.
just like in D&D, emotional scarring does not affect your hit points.
Sorry about that.
Every time someone says that phrase, I cannot hear it without Hagrid's voice. Like every time.
Really?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. There's still
Every
there's
time.
still no peace in the Kitten East, but hey.
Well, that's good because I at first I heard kitten yeast and that
Kitten
was
East. What is that's not even a thing.
no. I would hope
Of course,
not.
Kitten East isn't really a place either, so.
Okay, so if we're all here, and I think I'm finally prepared. Only 10 minutes late. That's relatively decent. Um, I guess we can get started. When last we left our heroes a week ago, they had stumbled across some photos in their camera rolls of their phones, um, which helped them piece together the chronological order of events that happened the previous night and afternoon after their heavily intoxicated retirement party for Roger the Crab Graham, the city's 22-year veteran hero who decided to finally call it quits and rip loose with a roaring party and, of course, a bowling alley. Um, Eventually, they pieced the sequence of events together and found Roger face down and napping, as the crab is amphibious, inside the fountain across the street from the Taco Burger Palace, which they were evicted from for being too rambunctious and for liability reasons as they were walking through the drive-thru. Ricky P. Gherkins, aka Shota, leapt into the fountain in an attempt at a dramatic rom-com scene and fell onto the crab foot first, which woke him up abruptly, leading to him getting uppercut by the legendary crab hammer and flung 45 feet away
It,
and
it
cracking at
was
the
fun.
ribs. Whee! And that's pretty much where we left off. Oh, and of course, Ricky is still wearing. Everyone else has recovered their clothes, their money, their wallets, their phones. Ricky recovered his clothes too, but is still deciding to wear the medium grade Sailor Moon cosplay that he had purchased the night beforehand.
It just
That,
fits so good, you know? It's
Yeah.
hard to find
You
good
feel
costume
free?
work out there.
Enjoying the breeze.
Yeah, I mean that's a bonus for sure.
It's well ventilated. And providing a surprising amount of support to the pectoral regions. So, Chinese.
GM question.
Okay.
What do you call a Scottish man purse?
A sporin.
Yay!
Hey!
Okay. I'm never going to forget it now after the Neosporin comment.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Chinese. What would you like to do? Standing outside the fountain.
March wants to go to a laundromat because she knows how washing clothes works. She doesn't know how dealing with Russian mobsters who want to kill you if you don't give them money for their nanuchka or whatever. And she doesn't know about
Nichigo.
their Nichigo and DJ Jazzy Jaff guy. Did we have anything else? We have his boat still at Mitch's house.
His boat is
Yeah.
still that. Yes, his
And
boat is
I
still
got
at
his
Nick's
chain, but I think he gave me the chain because I'm so cool.
We're kind of like
course.
4 to 5 hours till possibly meeting those Russians.
Yeah.
If we
Oh,
want to,
and I'm
take them down.
supposedly on my way home.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, we gotta do it the quick.
Well, you can go home now if you want, and then make it
I'm
back for
not.
7.
Yeah, I'm not sure the fam's gonna let her back out though.
Yeah, it's like once I get back home, I am at home.
Also,
Gotta have that work-life balance, yo.
do you really want to risk having the Lorna, the Russian mafia, knowing where you live?
Well, that's why
Probably
I
not.
want to get this sorted, but like very quickly. And I'm afraid that they're not getting back to the Daffodil Club until way past my acceptable timeline. Like, can't wait around until 8 p.m.
Wasn't it 7?
or 7.
Yeah, it was 7. Yeah.
They're both way late. Especially when
Sorry,
you can hear your husband like melting down because he's had to take care of the kids for like at least 2 hours longer than is recommended guidelines.
Oh yeah, and this the everything on my notes for this module is leading up to this one thing, which has been highlighted now for 3 weeks because actually no, 4 weeks. And now it's not going to let me paste. Highlighted for a month. Anyway, sorry. So there's some noise about a laundromat.
Yeah. I mean, my afternoon's free. So if we need to run any errands,
I could
to get
totally go to the
people.
laundromat and try to clean my current clothes because they're ones I really like. You can't get these jeans anymore.
And Marge is well, also presently dressed in one of Tyler's borrowed Super Mecha Fight Island t-shirts, DJ Funk Juicy's chain, borrowed board shorts, and bowling shoes, also air quotes, borrowed with an asterisk.
Oh, did I find my shoes?
Yeah, they're in the bag with your clothes.
Hmm.
Well, actually, no, you didn't have it. Your clothes were not in a bag, so they were basically just hanging out on the wet grass.
So I might kind of like trade off the shoes to something that actually, really is my, is broken to fit my feet.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Are they dry? Let's find out. Roll. Well, what the heck? Roll a d4 for me.
Ooh, 25% chance.
You know how this is gonna go.
She rolled a 5.
Swimmingly.
Guess what number?
You did
You got a
not.
one.
You rolled a
One.
1.
It's a 1.
On brand.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
You kind of like stick your toes in it and just feel the spongy, moist inseam, or not inseam, insole, and it's just like, and you're like, nope, yeah, nope, put your board shoes back
Arg.
on. That's gross.
The dampness.
Moist sneakers.
Moist sneakers. They're the
And
worst.
you rolled a disadvantage on all sneak attacks.
Mm.
Weak.
Moo. Moo.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's rejected footwear. Gosh.
I guess we can also head back to Defenders and get our cards all settled and stuff.
No, we can't.
Oh,
But
yeah. John is still missing.
John's still
Well,
missing, and the people the HR people, I don't think they're in till Monday.
Roger would still be able to vouch for you. However, Ricky, you know this because you've already had your ID revoked and replaced. For you've had firsthand experience. That's like a 4 to 5 hour process with a lot of paperwork and vetting.
Hmm.
But
Because they have to.
if Roger can vouch for us, at least we can go back and get our superhero costumes rather than showing off our powers
Right.
as.
That is a valid point.
Yeah, we need our outfits.
That's true.
And we can get a shower.
Marge needs to not be recognized as being Marge.
And you can use the Defenders laundromat for your clothes.
The other thing to point out though is while you're maybe desperate for a shower, that's not going to wash that tattoo off your shoulder.
Yeah, keep pointing it out.
I forget, what tattoo did you get?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let me open the images folder. For winning the Bear Night Dance Off at the Daffodil Club against Roger, one might add. Part of the victory was a temporary tattoo that looked like this, with pastel rainbows and flowers and butterflies on it, to celebrate his victory, and he gets free drinks at the Daffodil Club for as long as that tattoo lasts.
Woo!
Which, if I remember my notes, is approximately 2 weeks.
Hey. Of course, every time he goes to the Daffodil Club to use that tattoo, his Defender's ID card would disintegrate. Am I correct?
Maybe.
Be flagged as being compromised.
Well, only if you use it, right?
I came prepared this week. I've got ultra brain bleach, so mental bleach.
Yeah. Extra strength.
Okay, so here's also the 2 elephantums in the room. There are 2 shapes on the map that are not identified that have something to do with this plot, and I have no freaking clue where they might be.
Well, maybe they're just there. for no reason.
Maybe it's the empty spaces in between the not at all excessively named sports multiplex, brought to you by Elephant World and the docks.
There could have been other places, like we could have gone to Roger's house.
Oh yeah, will Roger take us
Yeah.
to his house? We could shower at Roger's house. I'm sure that will be perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure going to Roger's house, where his wife Tracy Ing is, who has already stormed Defender's HQ and beat him upside the head with her purse for trying to get himself killed. Um, I'm sure that'll go great after he's also been missing since yesterday. He's in as much trouble as you are, Marge.
Well,
Probably more.
speaking of that, I'm not in that much trouble.
Yeah, you've already called. He hasn't.
I had Bert
You're welcome.
fake hospital
Yeah,
stay
you
for
had
me.
Bert commit multiple felonies to cover for you. Oh,
Bert's a real friend.
you know they do say that that a friend is gonna bail you out of jail. The real friend is the one inside the cell with you, saying she didn't look like a cop, did she?
They do say that.
At least that's what Jeff Foxworthy says. His pronouns could be they. Wait, oops, ow, I just meta killed my own joke. Their pronouns could be they.
I just got onto that. This is us procrastinating because we don't really know what we're doing.
Oh,
In fact,
that's great for me.
Yeah, who wants to make a
gives me-
decision?
Yeah, this gives me time to prep, and that's the other thing. I don't know what to prep because I don't know where the hell you guys are going with this mess. And if
I
you
say we
recall,
go to Defenders.
when we
Okay.
left off,
That's my vote.
even if you wrap this up right away, recall you still have like, oh, what was it, 11 plot threads going right now or something like that?
Yeah.
Just a couple of things, yeah. So someone gets to make a decision.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think. I mean, can anybody remember any way that we have of tracking these Russian people down and maybe like kicking buttocks before 7 p.m.?
Probably Defenders. They have a wide range of databases.
Maybe they could track
probably
them or
on criminals.
something. I don't know.
They might have
Okay,
information on
so let's see if
Florida.
Roger, please escort us to Defenders HQ and get us in somehow. So we can go do some superhero things to try to deal with poor decisions that happened last night.
And he's been there kind of a little wobbly, listening to you guys chit chat back and forth.
Roger could probably get one more sesh in the jacuzzi for old time's sake.
And some
A jacuzzi sesh.
coffee and
Yeah.
and poppers.
At least he'll feel fresh going home.
Yeah, does that little snort
Before his
the
wife.
fountain water out of his nostril, just finger in the ear, squeak squeak. I've been listening to you guys going back and forth, and kind of, yeah, I had a shower and some coffee, and a few minutes in that jacuzzi. You know what? That sounds real nice. I think you're onto something there. And he just kind of like sloshes towards the edge of the fountain and clambers out with that, still wearing his big old giant Hugh Hefner smoking robe, which is completely drenched because it's been soaking in the fountain, for the last 12 hours or so. He reeks of chlorine. Because they totally overchlorinate those fountains.
I totally have that in common with him right now.
Because people do things in those fountains, I think.
They totally do. Anyway, luckily he doesn't smell of anything like that, but is willing to, or actually kind of starts generally heading in the direction of the station wagon that is somewhat illegally parked nearby.
Okay. What?
Okay.
I said
Everybody,
somewhat.
pile into the Volvo.
Piling.
Okay, so
Who calls shotgun?
I have a feeling that's between Ricky and Tyler, pretty much.
I
I
don't
don't think
really.
anyone else really cares.
Roger might go want
I don't know,
shotgun.
I would defer to Roger since he's the vet for sure.
I mean, he'll take it if you're giving it up.
Of course,
Also, that
Roger.
means no one in the back is then going to be smushed up against against his completely drenched outfit.
What does Roger
Wow,
think
was
of
that
the
that
pickle
was a
smell?
soundbite.
Ah.
He's taken if you're giving it up.
I'm down for whatever. All right, so in your Volvo, you now have Marge in the driver's seat, Roger drenching the shit out of your upholstery.
Hey.
Here's a question: do you have upholstery? Or do you have leather or cotton seating interior?
Whatever it is, it's triple scotch
It's a
guarded.
Volvo. It's got to be
Yeah,
leather.
it's
gotta be.
probably leather. I've got like the detail package. I mean, I guess I could take it to the dealership and get the car washed as well.
Because it now smells of 114 bread and butter pickles, whole pickles, not chips, that have been baking for about 10 hours, uh, chlorine, cigars, and whiskey.
Yeah,
And
we need one of those
and
little pine freshener things to hang from the rear
Yeah,
view.
just one.
just one.
At least.
And Floyd had a bit of an odor to him as well, but you didn't. I know Floyd never got to
It's
see
hard.
the inside of your car, so that's
Floyd?
right.
No, he didn't. No, Ford did not.
So Dave's car smells like
And there's
Floyd.
probably like some kind of like lingering like little kid sick and some strange poopy smells too. Just cuz.
Baked Fruit Loops in the back.
Yeah. Apple juice that's got lost underneath a chair and it just became this like fermented nonsense.
Coupled with the fermented milk sippy cup.
Yeah.
Blue cheese and chlorine, plus
Maybe.
pickles.
Yeah, at some point a wet dog. Another point, a wet orangutan.
Oh yeah, you have a very wonderful nose bouquet in this as you're driving
And for
back
the
to
most part,
HQ.
Marge is nose blind to all of this.
The rest
She's,
of you, however, are not.
yeah, she's smelled a lot of bad things and she's not totally, you know, doesn't react with the same disgust as everyone else.
All
So
right.
yeah, that's another task that's going to take a lot of time. Getting the car detailed. Yeah, yeah.
You have you have children who have dealt with diapers, so anything's an upgrade after that.
Right. So a few minutes go by. You pull up to Defender's HQ. Of course, the same gate guards there, kind of looking at you guys as you roll the window down, like, we've been through this. And then Roger leans out the window, kind of gives him the little, finger wave.
The royal wave.
Yeah, the elbow, wrist, and the guard stiffens up and goes, yes, sir, and pushes the button, and you guys get to go on in. Drive on.
Yeah, thanks, Roger.
Roger's the best. I wish he wasn't retiring.
I'm so glad I found you in the fountain.
Oh yeah, he's apologized
Ty-
somewhat about that.
Tyler, who hasn't spoken up until now, is like, "You're the best. You're the best, Ricky. You're good at everything."
Well, that's why I got into this game. To share the
Including
wealth.
taking a punch.
I mean, you took that punch from the crab all by yourself. I mean, I could see how you single-handedly defeated the Buck Kraken and Hirakuda.
I'm just blushing.
Roger is just kind of not commenting or paying attention. You can tell he's doing that actual hangover thing where you're focusing on keeping your eyes open and not moaning. Like you're not even just just stop existing. That's where he's at right now. Within the HQ, I'm assuming you rush to your apartment module and
Yes.
from
Get suited.
are you gonna
Find,
take a
yeah,
shower first?
find uniforms, find showers. Do they have laundry facilities?
Oh yes, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Marge puts on a load of laundry with her clothes. And she'll throw in the stuff that Tyler lent as well, because that's just good manners.
Basically, what it happens is as you walk in your apartment module, which if I don't want to clear the screen here, but for those who have watched or not remembering, it looks more like the club symbol from a card. You walk in on the main hallway. There's a large central living room, and then each direction from there, north, west, and east, has a private in-law kind of apartment where you have your own little kitchenette, bathroom, and bedroom and sitting area outside of the main central part. And as you walk in to the left before you get to the main area, there's a laundry drop for a dry cleaning and garment repair service because you're heroes. Your stuff gets wrecked all the time. It's
Is
kind
it
of
really quick?
Oh, they're very fast.
Ooh, how fast?
About an hour.
An hour?
Oh,
Which
that's
is-
perfect.
Which is
Okay.
enough time for you to get get
So all
showered
the stuff
up,
is getting
get
processed.
suited up.
Can a Volvo fit in this chute?
Maybe they have detailing services in
Well,
the
they expect you to
defender's
use the
garage.
carpool, like the part of the fleet.
Yeah, you're kind of
Right.
supposed either an official hero vehicle or the motor pool. Your civilian vehicle that's on your own.
Yeah, like so I'm assuming the motor pool services do not allow you have a place where you can like wash down your personal car. Though that would be a nice perk. Let's just put that in the
Would.
suggestion box.
Yeah, and maybe when you become like even more heroic, they'll oh, I leveled.
Yeah,
And I
you
totally
did.
just remembering right now.
Woo!
Yeah,
And, but anyways, yeah, when we become a little more, Roger level, the crab level, then maybe they'll wash our car for us. You think?
Yeah. Right.
yeah. You have I believe you just went to level 5 there, Shota.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Level 5.
Yeah. So your hero die increases.
You
to
guys are all
D6.
level 5.
Are we?
I'm
We
pretty
are
sure
some
everyone is
level.
Tyler is still 4, I think, 3 or 4.
Wait.
But everyone else is 5.
Oh, I am level 5. I'm level 6 now.
Oh,
That's
did everyone? Oh, are we 6?
6. I'm just now opening up. I forgot that I hadn't opened up my character sheets.
Let me hold on. I got campaign notes here. Please hold.
Please hold.
Of course, I have it written on Marge's sheet what level she is.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Everyone filled out 5, so yeah, everyone is. Mother Nature and Mr. Bits are 6. Shota just took 6 by finishing 5. And oh, I also forgot to mention. Oh, not quite 6 yet because the accomplishment was to be for wrapping up the entire. Actually, no, we'll just put find Roger. There you go. You found Roger. That's the accomplishment everyone gets.
Oh, we got an accomplishment?
Yeah, that's what got me to 6.
Oh boy.
And Tyler is 4. Okay. So now that so you have some things to do there,
I'm still level
Mr.
5. I think.
No, you shouldn't. You completed level 5.
Oh, I guess I just haven't updated whatchamadoodle, my printout sheet.
Yeah, you you leveled up to 6 when you captured Loogie Knights. Now everyone's like freaking out and going about leveling up. All
Oh,
right,
continue,
so
continue.
I think I leveled up. I just for some reason didn't write down some of these activities that we accomplished when I thought I had. Like maybe I typed it up, but I didn't save it. I don't know.
level 5, your hero die increases to D6.
Yeah, 'cause
And
I've been rolling that. We've been rolling d6s for a while. I
yeah,
just didn't.
Yeah.
Mr. Bits and Marge have, yeah, but this is Ricky was just a little bit behind.
Yeah, because I started behind you guys.
So, all right, carrying on. At the HQ. I'm assuming then that everyone's going to collectively um, drop off their laundry and down the chute, shower up, grab coffee and food. Anything else that yeah, and as scrub as you might, Mr. Bits, that tattoo's staying for a little bit.
So, in costume now. Still need to take car to car wash. Probably though, don't want to take car out on any more adventures. So, can we borrow a motor pool vehicle to try to run down other stuff?
Without having your ID, technically no, but since Roger's still with you and kind of tagging along, at least for a little bit, he can probably vouch for you.
Yeah, we need this level of credibility.
Yeah, we don't want to mess up the Volvo anymore.
We wanted to use a supercomputer or satellites or something to try to identify where Ilya Krakovich was.
Are you meaning Ilya Alexiev?
Yes,
Okay.
but I think Krakovich is really apt.
Mr. Krakovich.
I tickled myself.
Broke herself. Okay, so you air quotes acquire, check out a vehicle from the motor pool, which of course I didn't save the image for. Again.
But is there any way we can like try to track Ilya now without waiting until he goes back to the Daffodil Club?
Well, Bert has a computer. Actually, I'm sure everyone has a computer, but Bert's computer is definitely going to be
Bert
quick to head
actually
Yeah.
is good with computers.
Yeah. As soon as I turn mine on, I have this, unshakable need to play a video game.
We should have access to the Defenders of the Defenders of the City databases, correct? So it really shouldn't require any hacking.
Like known address of place of person.
If you had your access card, you would have access to that. Yes. Good old common access cards. The way the military uses, they got the chip in there. You stick it into the
So
the
even
computer.
Roger can't get us into that stuff.
No, not right now. You have access to your own computational gadgetry, but
Hey, Bert, hack the defenders. It's a great plan.
I assume, did we get the process of getting our cards back started?
no. You remember this too. Like you would have to basically be in the Human Resources Center, filling out all the paperwork, re-vetting
Right.
yourself, and that process takes about 4 hours. It's not like you just go and say, "Hey, I need a new ID card," and leave. No, you're in there the entire time while they get to do all manner of tests, questionings, and examinations to make sure that you aren't someone who's shapeshifted into a hero and about to get access.
Or a clone.
Yeah.
Right.
Marge is penciling that into her schedule for Tuesday.
Yeah, something in Marge is broken because she started this adventure on my left shoulder as the good influence, and she has somehow moved to the right shoulder and is the bad influence whispering in my ear.
Now, she started as the party's mom.
No, this is Marge.
Oh, well, okay. So Lorna, if we can't check the defender stuff, then maybe we can just Google it. Like, there's got to be some sort of, news story about them or something. Being a mafia organization.
Mr. Bits is going to try to hack into the local police databases.
Okay, that's a lot safer than hacking the defenders.
Good
Basically,
idea.
right now, to put things in perspective, what you kind of have is, if you want to put it in like Shield and Avengers uh, mentality, you guys are low-level Shield agents, and you have Tony Stark on a hangover. The only reason that they're letting you on the helicarrier and walk around is because of Tony, or in this case, Roger. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise, you guys would be outside, not getting anything. So yeah, the common
Tyler
access
is like,
card or your defender's ID, um, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the snookus to not have.
we love Roger 3000. So Bert's gonna find out all the information using his superpowers of computering.
Hackage.
All right. So what I need Mr. Burt to do is go ahead and roll smart plus hacking and your hero die.
Okay, I rolled a 12.
12. Okay. That's enough to get in. Now, what exactly are you looking for?
We want to know, I guess, where their headquarters is, the Russian mob's headquarters, or where they hang out. We'd like to
Specifically, Ilya
confront them
Krakovich.
now rather than waiting.
Okay, so you're basically looking up case notes related to Lorna from investigators
Yeah, like
and
common hangouts, common,
Yes.
hidey
okay.
hole. Yeah, the name right that she's saying? Ilya Krakovich.
No,
No.
it's Alexeyev, but
Alexei
Mr.
of
Bits,
Krakovich.
Crack.
Oh,
No
no.
Krakovich, no
That's like
Krakovich, no Kraken bitch,
it's not his
no,
middle name.
no,
No. It's
Oh,
just Alexei.
just
I
Ilya
thought of a
Alexeyev.
backup plan if this doesn't work. Wait, because we could always call that guy who's really annoying, but is totally into us. God, what is his name? He was with Smegma.
Oh, Schuster?
Evan Schuster.
Yeah, because he
Oh,
knows
he doesn't
crappy
like us
people like
anymore.
that.
Oh, apparently Marge forgot that while
She
drunk,
called.
and you kind of called Evan Schuster in the middle of the night after you guys had left the Daffodil Club, and drunkenly informed him that air quotes, "You run this bitch," now meaning the city, um, and he left a voicemail back,
Yeah,
which we
which
can.
just demonstrates that he cares a lot. So
Yeah.
because
He does.
if we hadn't gotten under his skin, he would have just blown off that voice message.
I think Bert might have been onto something with switching shoulders. Um,
I'm just this
all
is
right, so
science. This is just science right here.
It's total science, yeah. Science of the mind.
Yeah, behavioral science.
I think you need
Okay.
to spend some more time at the zoo. You you need to de-stress.
Oh God.
Man, I really
Um,
wish I'd like. I would have. It would have been so much better if I just spent last night at the zoo.
Yeah.
The
okay.
Shark Tank has nothing on what we've been through.
What you find, you spend 15, 20 minutes poking around various case notes and files that are tagged with Vlorna associations. Um, you find a couple of random locations that have been noted as having Vlorna presence, but they're kind of tenuous and not corroborated frequently with the other case notes. The one thing that you do find that is 100% supported by every single case document is basically the Daffodil Club. That's the closest thing that they have to a headquarters. Um, Addresses of known associates are hard to come by, particularly once you get up into the higher level people. Like you can get to the addresses for a lot of the low levels, but those are not really very terribly useful, mostly because they're either in custody or are just street level grunts. Um, the kind of guys that drive around and threaten heroes and don't last long. That's the kind of people you're getting the addresses for. Um, there's notification that certain piers on the docks are known to have Vlorna movement for boats and such. One of which is you already knew because it was on the news as a bust, where you saw your friend Istvan being questioned. The name Ilya Alexeyev is a known quantity in a lot of these case notes, but it's done in they're done in such a fashion, or he's done in such a fashion where it's more like Al Capone. Like it's hard to pin an actual crime down on him, no matter how much the PD knows that he's the source of a lot of this stuff. They can't actually get anything to stick. And data upon him is, other than the fact that he hangs out at the Daffodil Club and is associated with a lot of criminal activity, it's difficult to find something concrete about him. He doesn't own a vehicle. He has people drive him around, and who he uses to drive him, he changes rapidly every couple of days. There's no discernible rotation schedule. There's comments about the fact that they're trying to do some, you know, psychoanalysis on him to figure out who's going to be driving him next, and so they can kind of follow the vehicle, and it's difficult to pin it down with any sort of accuracy. Every time someone thinks that they have it, they follow the car, only to realize that they've been following an empty vehicle, not empty vehicle, but a vehicle that he's not in for several hours.
He's very sneaky, is he?
Is very sneaky like, very sneaky like. Well, when you become a criminal mastermind in a city filled with heroes and police, you have to be careful because the heroes don't have to play by the rules the police do.
True.
And I guess he's not the only criminal mastermind, so there's a competition
No,
thing going on too.
and the Vlorna keeps themselves very much out. Like anytime that there's a like whenever for example the Disco Emperor starts moving into a certain territory or a certain business model, Vlorna adapts so that they kind of stay adjacent or on the fringe of it, so they're not in direct competition with anything that's actually high powered. They're a known entity. um, they also engage in things that most villains tend to avoid simply because they're either considered not profitable enough or high risk or just plain taboo. Like even villains have a code of ethics to some extent, and they're into some Yeah, questionable things. There's also note of a turn of phrase that they use called the dumpster, which is not, as far as the police are aware, it's not a specific location. It is not an actual object. It is a parallel to a more a throwback to the Chicago Italian mafia sleeping with the fishes. Like, as they say, you're going to get thrown in the dumpster, they mean they're going to kill you and no one's going to be able to find your body.
Like they killed Little Vroom Vroom?
Not no.
Oh,
Because
Actually, you don't know
Little
that.
Vroom Vroom
Actually, you don't
stayed
know
in
that
the dumpster.
the little vroom was cut in half, and you don't know where the rear part of it is. And it
we'll find it
happened to
one
be
day.
in a dumpster.
It's probably
But
one of these unmarked shapes.
I
The other half of Little Vroom Vroom.
think it's the
Yeah.
triangle.
I do too.
So yeah, that's a turn of phrase that they use, which on occasion, um, the, as it's more of an internal term, the police will use it to let someone slip up during questionings or interrogations. If they suspect that they're associated with the Florida or working with the Florida, they will mention the dumpster and watch their reaction to see if that means anything or if it's just a regular turn of phrase. And if they react, then they can lean on it and say, basically let someone out themselves, so to speak.
I'm now mystified by the thought of Little Vroom Vroom, and how did Little Vroom Vroom get cut in half?
Yeah, that's a whole other mystery you haven't even started on yet.
And that was back at the bowling alley before we ever really went off the deep end. Theoretically.
Yeah, we might have pictures. Who knows?
Uh,
Of
well, yeah, Tyler doesn't have pictures on his phone.
right.
But, I mean, we didn't have a little room with us by the time other things happened, like the drops
Right.
driver. Because I'm sure Tyler would have offered to have everybody hop on the little platform.
Tow people in
I mean,
a
at
wheelbarrow.
least give Ricky a ride.
Yeah, we could have figured out a towing situation probably, like a chain of skateboards.
Yeah. See, and we wouldn't have needed the drop driver.
Yeah, next time.
So it had to have happened early, by my thinking. Being the vague sort of thinking that is Tyler Chen.
Is Bert looking for anything else inside the PD system while he's there?
No, I don't think so. I think that's specifically what we're looking for.
This
Okay.
is good stuff, Bert. This is good stuff. I mean, stuff that we sort of knew, but also some good stuff.
Is anyone actually looking through their phone specifically to find little vroom?
Marge looks through her phone. Wait, is her phone charged yet?
Oh, well, it could have been charging this entire time while you were taking a shower. We're assuming everyone's phones are back to
Yeah,
full.
I don't think we've looked at
Acceptable.
Marge's pictures. I think we've only looked at what Shota's pictures at
Yeah, I
Ricky's.
think my pictures.
We looked at Bert's too. We did look at
Oh,
Bert's.
okay.
Oh yeah.
So Marge looks at her pictures and sees what horrible things she needs to delete there.
Okay, going backwards through. Well, you basically skip down to the last picture you remember taking, and then kind of going forward. Um, you repiece a similar sequence of events. You guys started at Lotta Ball's bowling alley, went to the city Comic Con at the multiplex, then to the Daffodil Club, rinse and repeat. But in between the Lotta Balls and the Comic Con, there's Actually, do me a favor before I go any further. Make a smart plus perception check since you're kind of scrolling through these kind of quickly.
That was smart and perception.
Yes, and of course, hero.
So for me, that's going to be a D8 for smart and 2d6s for my hero and my perception. And I rolled a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you are scanning through and then kind of freeze and scroll back because there's a couple of photos in a sequence that don't seem to fit. You went from the interior of the Lotta Balls bowling alley to the interior of the Comic-Con, but between them there were about 4 photos that bear the unmistakable vibe of rooftop photography. And you kind of go, wait a minute, back up. And on the top of a building, which are you showing these to anyone else?
Oh yeah, I'm showing it to everybody.
Okay. Tyler recognizes as the roof of Lotta Ball's bowling alley. Tyler also recognizes himself holding little Vroom Vroom over the edge
What?
of
Oh
the
my!
roof.
Oh, no.
That's
And
me!
Ricky, after a couple photos of Ricky being basically being a fruit ninja with his katana,
Oh
Ricky
god! I didn't do it.
throwing his katana through little Vroom Vroom, and it slices clean in half. The front of which falls, hypothetically, into the dumpster. Um,
Oh, the katana makes 2
Oh
cuts.
man!
also,
What did little Vroom Vroom? What in my heart?
there's also on the roof is Lil Boom Boom and Irene the Katana.
Oh yeah, little Boom Boom.
Oh, on the roof, you mean?
Well, you don't have your bonded weapon right now.
Yeah, we gotta go back to the bowling alley, yo.
Oh, can I like summon it right now?
We're too
Oh,
far
that's way
away.
out of range.
Shit!
We're not 100 yards away. Okay, we need to get up
Okay,
the roof.
well, that's good to know because I didn't know that my sword was missing.
Yeah, no, you're not an Eldritch Knight. You have to be a little bit closer than this plane of existence.
Hey man, you Ginzu knifed my little Vroom Vroom. I looked up to you, man.
I
Well,
don't know what to say. I just don't.
the worst part
I
is
look up to myself even.
Tyler, you were holding little Vroom
I
Vroom while it happened.
Yeah, I contributed to the massacre.
I'll help you get Vroom Vroom back somehow.
I wonder if you could crazy glue a Vespa together?
I don't know. I mean, once you slice the flux capacitor in half.
I think Chewy might know. Chewy knows stuff like that, like useful
Chewie
stuff.
could probably fix. If not, I owe you a scooter.
So, is there anything else you would like to get accomplished at the headquarters while you're here?
So, does Marge see more photos of things that like give any information, things she wants to delete?
I mean, basically
Everything from last
everything.
night.
Everything after the what did we call it? The orangutan council. What was it called? No, what was it?
Oh, the monkey peace talks.
Yeah, we had a name for it though.
I don't remember what it was anymore.
I'm loading it.
It had something to do with pooflinging, accords.
The fecal flinging chords.
Oh God. Anyway, it's what it was called is not necessarily
Yeah, there's this whole like
important.
thing with the talking stick and peace cords, monkeys, flinging poo, reparations sought. Um, but yeah, I think all those pictures. If Marge doesn't notice anything else that she doesn't know already, she's perfectly happy with just deleting all these pictures. She doesn't need, more selfies of her smoking cigars or anything.
Oh yeah, there is one of you kind of like not flirting with, but shoulder to shoulder with someone who you assume is Ilya Alexiev, as
Working a
it's
mark. That's what we're calling it. Working a mark.
yeah, going full on Black Widow
Not a
with a
bad
cigar in your
person. I just
hand,
did bad things.
with a cigar in your hand, and sharing a glass with even with the full solid ice sphere in it of whiskey.
We aren't sharing any like booze pods, are we?
No, no, there are no whiskey
At
pods
least there's some
on the
standards.
table. Yeah, that's why would you do that to Glenlivet? Anyway, so yeah, okay, so you delete basically everything going back to the poop accords.
Delete, 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 delete. Delete. So I guess we
At this point, it's been about an hour, and the laundry chute dings, and there's a thump, a pneumatic whump as your load is returned to you.
Wicked.
Marge looks at her clothes. Is the nacho cheese out?
Hmm.
Oh, goody! I don't have to trash anything.
And they used really nice conditioner, so they're nice and soft and supple.
Oh,
Conditioner,
snuggle!
not conditioner.
Fabric softener.
Fabric softener.
Fabric.
Yeah,
That
it's not
it
hair.
is
Hair.
like conditioner for your fibers.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's hair conditioner for your clothing.
Same principle. Smooth those proteins.
Body fur. Okay, so what are we doing?
So
Oh, do
yeah.
we do an early visit to Daffodil Club then?
Well, let's
Just so
get
you
the
can get
lot of
home in
balls so
time?
you guys can get your weapons back.
Oh
That
yeah,
might
a
be
lot of balls
useful.
first.
Yeah.
So we're
And
all in our official gear.
yeah.
Licensed and trademarked.
Here's a thought. Can we double? Oh, we can't get a car, can we? Wait, did we get a car? I've already forgotten. My brain.
No.
Well, I guess we can't because we don't have cards.
No,
Okay.
Roger vouched for you guys at
Roger
the
vouched
motor
for us for
pool
that.
because
Okay.
Oh, so
So
we do have a car we can use.
how like Bert drive the motor pool car, and Marge is gonna drop off the Volvo at a car wash place that she has the monthly membership at, and leave it to get detailed while they go sort out this other stuff.
okay. Shota, are you in your anime warrior costume, or are you still in the Sailor Moon outfit?
Oh no, I'll put that in my closet though.
Okay. Make a note on your character sheet that you have kept your Sailor Moon
My
outfit.
Sailor Moon outfit, yes.
Bert,
Noted.
I'm assuming Bert and Marge want nothing to do with their outfits.
I
Oh,
think
absolutely not.
Marge just has nacho cheese sauce on it. Otherwise, she probably would have recycled parts for like kids' costumes or something. And Tyler would have kept his, but he cut off the cod piece.
I think Bert burned his in the sink.
Nice.
Slightly dramatic. But I noticed you kept $117 that you earned from dancing and shaking it.
I got to make that credit card payment somehow.
Yeah, it's only got, what, $12,000 on it for the NBC suits?
We need to get some contracts. Sponsorships.
Ricky and Bert actually have sponsorships.
When are they
They
going to
have
pay them?
It's Sunday. They got it signed Tuesday. It's literally been 5 days.
Yeah, the
Surely,
money's just rolling in.
surely he's in all the magazines by now. Hot off the presses.
Yeah.
Two hottest heroes in the city.
The two hottest heroes in the city.
Yeah. Not yet. No.
Want you to drink your milk.
And please recycle.
No. Right now they're at the like the bootleg Star Wars figures that are made of that bendable plastic and have like the wire frame inside, and that are
Yeah.
totally horrible. Yeah, they're not quite at the 18 points of articulation yet.
Or they like that, like the cheap toy that they give away with a pleasant meal at the Taco Burger Palace.
No, they're slightly better than that. Slightly better than that.
Okay. Because sometimes those don't even have articulation. They're just, frozen.
March thinks about how, yeah, we need the money, but it's also like all that plastic's probably killing the planet somehow. A moment's thought for the rainforest.
Oh, that's true. I should get mine made out of organic hemp.
Yes. Make sure
Well,
it's like renewable resources.
As soon as
That's
we get a shot at the apocalypse cow, that's I'm not sure that's a renewable resource though.
So,
Okay,
once March
so on the
drops
way
her
to the
car
bowling alley,
off, I
car
figure we draw to
washing.
the bowling alley. Yeah.
Amazing.
Exactly.
So, okay.
And so once we got those two things, then we can swing on by the Daffodil Club for a meet and greet, perhaps.
Yeah, because it's been like what, 2 hours since we were last there.
Little more than 2 hours, but okay. So, you swing by a lot of balls. You acquire your katana and your bowling ball. While on the roof, you do confirm that there's the other half of Little Vroom Vroom.
Oh,
Slightly smashed. You also notice that part of the reason it was slightly warm inside Lotta Balls is apparently you were using one of the air conditioning units as target practice for throwing your weapons, and there are several weapon cuts and dents. And it looks like Marge may have called down lightning on it too, on one of the air conditioning units.
Oh my.
Do any of us have skills that might help in repairing this air conditioning vents?
Nope.
Not
magic.
Would someone like to
this
roll a
is-
hero named the Repairman?
This is not so much in the repair as it is in the replace.
Maybe Chewie knows how to do that.
Chewie's got it, yeah. We'll just tell Chewie on the
Chewie's
way out.
great. He's like, he's studying to be an engineer. He knows all about like how things work.
Like, have you guys seen a blown transformer on a power pole?
Yeah.
Imagine if someone took a blown transformer and then took a sledgehammer to it and then stabbed it a couple times. That's basically.
Tyler vows to himself he will claim it was high school students. Pesky kids.
So you swing by a lot of balls. You acquire your bowling ball and your katana. Are you doing anything with the other half of Little Vroom Vroom?
We
I
have
think
a small
Tyler-
vigil.
Yeah, I think Tyler would want them to be together.
He throws it off the roof.
Chucks it off the roof into the dumpster. Woo!
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I
dun, dun,
mean,
dun.
Anything else would just be wrong. They need to like if little room must be laid to its final resting place. You want all the parts in one one location.
Well, little vroom vroom is now in the dumpster. Lowercase
Oh,
d, not uppercase d.
poor little vroom vroom.
The
Um,
little room got dumpstered.
since we probably still have time before anyone shows up at the Daffodil Club, I think Tyler would peek in again to see how Chewy's doing.
Okay.
Because he was really frazzled the last time we stopped by and trying to do the cleanup post retirement party.
And you go in, and thanks to the efforts of your cleaning montage and hacking into the closet where the extra special cleaning gear is, it looks relatively normal by now. I mean, there's still some suspicious stains on the carpet. Everyone that was still passed out in the bowling alley has since gone home. There's still a couple of shoes that are missing. Speaking of which, did any of you have the presence of mind to return your sorry, not stolen, borrowed um, stuff to the pro shop and the front desk?
Oh yeah, Marge will be happy to return her bowling shoes as soon as possible, especially now they have our hero outfits.
I think I left mine back at the headquarters, so I'll have to bring them over later.
Okay. Or did you pay for it with the cash out of the sporin? I don't recall off the top of my
I'm
head.
not sure. I think
I
we
don't
left
think
an
so.
IOU. I think we
I
held
I,
on to the cash.
I think I'm pretty sure that was the case. Okay. So yeah.
So does Chewy look more relaxed now?
Or you could just actually pay for it since you have your wallet now.
Hmm.
Crickets.
Okay, that's
I know,
good.
right? Crickets.
But yeah, Mr.
It
Bits
was borrowed
pulls out
though
$40 out of his wallet and
for a
plops it
good
down on my
cause.
counter.
Okay, so you now officially own your Lotta Balls bowling alley polo from the pro shop
Tyler.
and are
And
clear.
some shoes.
Oh well, no. If you did you want to buy the shoes too, or those can be just returned
All right, I'll return them.
unless you want the bowling shoes. I mean,
Not particularly.
yeah. I mean, usually if you buy the bowling shoes, you instead of buying the rentals, you go to the pro shop and get an actual fitted pair that's not been worn by 200 people. But hey,
Uh,
I'm not going to stop a hero from buying some used bowling shoes. I'm just saying, people got all sorts of things. Used bowling shoes actually have a market in the internet, which is a
yeah.
rabbit hole we should probably not go down while it's
Oh,
being
Yeah,
recorded.
and I mean, yeah, I had friends who stole bowling shoes because they really liked them.
They like them way too much.
and
And they had bowling shoes, like your classic like blue and red whatever, and the little bit of white bowling shoes that they wore around that they had borrowed from the bowling alley. They just, they were the ones that got lent, and they just never gave them back. I had a couple friends like that.
Air
friend.
quotes. Okay, so you've checked in with Chewy. You've cleared out the polo. Everyone has returned borrowed equipment, all back in order. You can tell as you're in there, there's a distinct phase in the temperature as you walk in the side door, and it's nice and cool. Then you get to the center where the front desk is, and it's like 15 degrees warmer in a swamp. And then you keep going towards the pro shop, and then it's nice and cool again. Like there's a distinct middle section of ugh.
Does it affect the uh, snack station in any way?
It does not appear to, no.
Okay, so Tyler's gonna go get some more jalapeno poppers.
Okay. Easily done.
Yeah, it's got to be time to top them off.
Is there anything else we would like to accomplish at Lot of Balls before we head to our next destination?
I think that's good.
I don't think so.
Unless we want to actually have a plan or something. I don't really know what our plan would be at this point, really.
So right now, just so I'm following along here, the plan is to go back to the Daffodil Club, known location for criminals and hangouts and Vlorna meeting place, where you're expected to either have several grams of Nichigo, which you do not have because you fed it to Floyd the fish, or the $2,000 street value for said Nichigo, which you also do not have in your possession.
Here's the thought. Do we know enough about what the Nichigo was like that we could, like, fake some Nichigo?
That's an excellent question. Given that you left the baggie with Dr. Ethan Blagg and were hungover at the time, I'm actually going to make Mr. Bits roll a smart, just plain smart plus hero to see if he had paid enough attention to the bag over the course of the evening to be able to recall.
You said smart plus hero?
Yep, just plain smart. Unless you have some skill that would be paying attention to drugs on someone else's person.
Street knowledge?
Perception?
Sure, why not?
And that's a D8. Woo woo.
Bert's like a sniffer dog.
Ooh, 16.
Ooh!
Okay, all right.
Dang.
All right, someone's on fire. Yes, you recall exactly what it looked like. And apparently, according to your recollection, it is a small crystal, cubic, like salt, but with a faint blue tint to it. And as you touch it, it tends to powder.
Wouldn't it make more sense for us to go back to the doctor and see if he could synthesize us some?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of thinking that now. Let's either... I mean, I don't know if we want to synthesize the real drug because that's, like, bad. I mean, unless you're a fish.
Wait, the way I see it is these are criminals, and I don't think we should be trying to get out of this. We should be laying the law down here.
Yeah, like, Marge kind of feels like we should fight them. But here again, that whole little warning thing about taking on the Russian mob and how that might impact her family. It's kind of niggling somewhere in the back of her head. Like she wants to do it, but she's thinking that might not be the wisest course.
As far as, and this is not an uncommon thing, but it's or an uncommon knowledge, I should say. Basically, one of the other reasons of Lorna is still operating is direct violence tends to not work. It's kind of like going in a not to name a movie, but it rhymes with John Slick kind of fashion, where you don't just take on Ilya, you take on Vlorna, and you don't. They don't operate in it with the mentality to where you can cause enough collateral damage that they, tuck their tail between their legs and leave. They will pretty much go until the last man standing and last bullet casing has hit the ground.
Yeah. So I don't think we want that situation, at least at this level.
Also, you guys are in your hero outfits right now.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean you can't change, 1 minute in a private place, like a bathroom or
Well,
whatever.
like, okay,
You can
if we were kicking their
spin around
ass, we would totally want to wear our hero outfits. Because we would want them to know that the shinies were dropping some heat on their buttocks.
But then it also wouldn't clear Marge at all.
the justice. But if we are see, I don't want to give them money because I don't have money. Number one. And number two, that's like negotiating with terrorists. You know, you're
Yeah.
feeding into the system.
Well, from Ilya's perspective, it's not so much that you're giving them money, you're basically paying for the product that you stole and fed to a fish.
Yeah, but that's like that basically means we have actually bought drugs, and that's not cool. Drugs are bad, okay? So
Well, hold on.
Right.
Does stealing property and then paying for it later count as buying? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how the law works. I mean, I'm not an expert on this. Is me as a DM just
That's-
asking.
I-
Like, I'm
I
pretty sure
think-
that's not how the law works.
Mindset.
I think this whole situation is riddled with ethical gray areas. You know, it's like the darkness that Marge does not want to stare into, just in case it stares back. So, she doesn't want to give them the money. She doesn't want to give them actual drugs back. She wants to give them back something useless, something benign that isn't going to do anything to anybody. So, like, they
So
can
now
maybe, if they sell it and somebody takes it, it's all going to be placebo effect.
So now what you're saying is we're taking a trip back into the early 2000s in the movie Go, wherein someone buys
Yes.
a bunch of drugs from the dealer, goes to try and make the sale, turns out they're cops, flushes the drugs, then goes and steals Advil to return it to the drug dealer.
Yeah, exactly. That is actually the movie I was thinking of when I came up with this plan.
That's brilliant. I love Go. That's
It was a really
amazing
good movie.
It was so underrated. It was brilliant. If you haven't seen it, add it to your Netflix queue. It's called Go. Life begins
Go.
at 3 a.m. Well, that's the tagline. It's just Go. But anyway, before we get too
That's
much
why
further,
you like it so much.
well, life begins at 3 a.m. Well, it's all about rave culture. And
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I
but
think I've
it's
seen it
absolutely
before.
hysterical.
It's probably been once only, and then
It was
long
hysterical.
time ago.
And before we get too much further on this, I'm going to take about 90 seconds to go do bio things and grab a short adventurer's break. If you want to take a minute and refresh beverages and then return for the last blitz of
Okay.
this madness.
Of adventure. Or do.
Toast.
I just unmuted.
P.
So might have pre-cut it.
All right. So, Yeah, before we leave the Daffodil Club, or leave for the Daffodil Club, is there anything else that would like to be discussed or accomplished, either while at Lotta Balls or en route from Lotta Balls to somewhere else?
I feel like by asking us, there's something we should be doing here. What have we overlooked?
Usually, always.
Other than just like leaving the AC borked, zarped.
Well, unless one of you happens to have a large 1.2 million BTU air conditioning unit on hand.
March
Yeah,
checks
that
her
won't get
purse.
fixed. That won't get fixed today.
Yeah, yeah.
Chewie's going to have to just suffer through the swampy front desk.
But unless Chewie fixes it, because Chewie's good with things.
And in the
I mean, like if it was air conditioning in a car, maybe he could fix that. I mean, all he has to do is multiply that by like 100,
so for
right?
those see, I'm this GIF is playing in Discord, which when I post it into the whiteboard, it's kind of blurry, but it says, "I've got a plan so cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel," which is why I asked if they had a plan, because apparently they have one so cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel.
No, I mean,
And then
it's
when I
very
asked
simple.
And when I asked them what this cunning plan is, they don't have one.
No, our plan is to go back to the Nuclear Particle Accelerator Research Laboratory, pester Black again, and get him to see if. Did I get it right?
You
You actually
did.
got it right.
You got it right.
Woohoo! See, this plan is totally gonna work, y'all. I remembered somebody's name.
Oh, point of order. While we were, I thought about this while we were AFK. Your shower and jacuzzi time, Shota, have put you back to full health.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
He's
So we're going.
100% Shota now.
So we're going back to the nuclear particle accelerator research
100%.
laboratory.
It totally makes me laugh. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does.
Keeping
See
it
if
100.
Well, I
we can
actually-
get some fake drugs. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to add food coloring to salt. From Bert's description.
But salt doesn't powder when you touch it.
It does when you touch it with a hammer.
Yeah,
I'm
like
so punchy.
how are we gonna fake? I mean, if the doctor can do it, that's perfect. But
Well, he knows science.
he does know science. That's correct.
I mean, Marge knows science too, but it's not usually the let's make some kind of weird salt. You know, she's not usually synthesizing molecules.
Right. You're more of animal science.
Yeah. Like, if it was microbiology or like biochemistry, if this was a protein question, maybe you'd have a shot in hell. But it sounds like this could potentially just be an inorganic chemistry problem. Some qualitative analysis.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard Mr. Bits starting to say something.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So are we all just standing around outside Lotta Balls near the motor pool car, kind of waiting?
Fake salt, yeah. Everybody, get into the motor pool vehicle. The shiny mobile.
Now we're in the car.
We have made it into the car.
We're in the shiny mobile. We're headed to Impearl.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully the doctor can do something. If not, then it's murder time.
This might not be
For
such
bad
a.
guys.
This might be less cunning plan.
Okay. So About 20 minutes later, you guys know it's about 3:30 right now, and you have pulled up to the Nuclear Particle Accelerator Research Laboratory. I'm assuming we're banksing it, going through the gift shop, making a left, and going down to the vault door again.
Yeah, cutting
Yeah,
in
usual
through
route.
the third floor, the third sub basement.
Well, about that actually. See, you fast travel to the door, which, of course, you hear the traditional whirring and clicks of the security cameras, and then it opens up into the echoing darkness. You descend the ramp, but as you descend the ramp, you see coming up very aggressively, and you can tell because stomping in heels on a steep ramp is a difficult thing to do.
Oh god. Oh god. What have
Don't
we
task
done?
me, Emily.
And Emily marches straight up to you guys. And this isn't the first time that you've come in both in costume and out of costume, and neither her nor Dr. Blag seem to notice or care or pay attention. And she stomps up to you guys and just goes, "What did you give them?"
Was
Like,
what?
arms crossed,
You
hip
should maybe
cocked,
elaborate
arms
on
crossed,
what
hip
you're talking
cocked,
about.
foot out. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What did you give them? Audible, like, you can
Residue.
hear the pauses and hand claps in between it almost. Like there weren't actually
Wait,
claps, but you can hear them.
them? Like you're talking about more than because we only gave stuff to the fish. I mean, the fish got into a chemical that
That
we had
we did not at all feed to it.
confiscated from the Russian mafia.
Do me a favor, Ricky, because you are smart on this thing. I need to make you a roll, a charming plus persuasion roll. See if you hook into this in enough time.
Okay. One sec. Yeah. Oh my. 8?
That's enough. That's enough. You only needed a 7. Um, without missing a beat, if you so choose, you can leap in with the fact that you gave Floyd nachos and can retain plausible deniability.
Oh yeah, I mean, we gave him nachos, Floyd. If that's what you mean, if he's got some heartburn. He doesn't take good care of himself, you know.
But
Floyd the
she
fish
said
does not take good
them.
care of himself.
Is are those Floyd's
Is
pronouns?
the doctor okay? Or yeah, is Floyd a them?
She kind of, at that point, she's like trying to glare at Marge and
Marge
then
glares back.
turns to glare at Tyler. Not Tyler, Ricky, with the, you can see the condescending burn going into your eyes, and then as soon as you drop the pronoun question, she goes, "Wait, what? I don't know actually." Like
Yeah, we didn't
you
ask.
just
We forgot to ask.
disarmed her about asking about Floyd the Fish's pronouns.
And then I chop her up into pieces. Just sorry. Um,
Oh my, okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously.
Oh, it's getting dark.
Obviously, no, nothing is obvious in this,
Okay,
in this
that's
campaign.
extreme even for Mother Nature.
um,
Literally nothing is obvious in this campaign.
that is correct. Yeah. No, I just while she pauses, I'll just what happened. Just tell us what happened. We'll see if we can fix it.
Fine. You want to know what happened? And she just turns and stomps back down the ramp, down past the third floor sub basement, which is where you left them at the marine biology, past the fourth floor, actually, or is it the fourth floor? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not messing up my.
Your prep time.
What prep time? Yeah, past the fourth sub-basement, the land mammal genome tubes and repository, to the fifth floor, the I can talk, human genome manipulation and recombination repository. And swipes her card at the door. You notice this one didn't automatically unlock as you approached. She actually swiped it to
We've
unlock
never
it.
been in this one before, have we?
Oh yeah, you have.
Oh, is that the one the Harakuda was in?
Yeah, there's one
Okay,
Harakuda's in,
okay.
and
Oh,
yeah,
Scorpion Lobster Baby. Okay, okay.
yeah, Lobster Scorpion Baby, and this is where you met Dr. Blag the first time. Um, and she stomps in, and as you go through, and this is a huge room about the size of a Costco, with tables everywhere, and it's kind of dimly lit with a reddish backlight. But from about 200 yards away, you can see that the reddish backlight is busted and shattered and pierced by a multitude of other colors, almost as though someone has a disco ball going. And you don't even need to make perception checks to hear, as you were approaching, this beat of some unknown electronica piece.
Did somebody get into the wrong goop?
Oh no.
The wrong jello?
And she leads you up towards the sound, getting louder as it approaches. It gets to be pretty loud, like almost club volume, but not quite. Abercrombie and Fitch level noise. Um,
Ew.
yeah, like just below the legal threshold where you're required to wear hearing protection, kind of thing, but loud enough to where you kind of have to shout. And she stands, arms folded again, hip cocked, and looks over her shoulder. Actually, I need everyone to make a smart plus perception roll.
This is where I'm a Viking. Not.
Well, you got a
That's a
Runaway
D6.
nice
die?
roll, though.
You got a D.
9.
You got a D6 now on your hero die instead of a D4 now.
Well, I always did. Remember, I was
11.
level 5 the whole time. Now I'm 6.
Oh, what? No, was it? Okay.
Yeah, your hero die
Yep,
is
yep,
a
yep,
level
yep.
5, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Upgrade.
I'm sorry. It was a 6, and Mr. Bits had
11.
11,
And I had 9.
9.
Marge is 7.
My miniature got a 7. What did Strikeout get?
11.
11. Okay. Good to know. Looks over her shoulder at everyone and goes, "This is what I mean. What did you give to them?" And in the center of a series of tables, which have been turned and rotated to make kind of like a circle instead of the neat dotted rows that they were. And there's, sure enough, a laser light projector on the floor, shining lights of various colors around into the area. To the left is Floyd, kind of like sitting up, a little bit curled on his curled tail, and wobbling back and forth, waving his fins around, bleeding happily. And to the right, in a disturbing display of the flexibility of the joints of his spider body form, wherein the orb that forms each joint seems to operate without, independently. Like there's no actual hinge. They're held magnetic by somehow. Um, he's doing a strange cavorting dance maneuver and flailing his arms around and wobbling his head back and forth, which has the effect of making his rather extended double chin flop and flail, um, trying to sing along to a DJ Funk Juicy track, which the Floyd the Fish is bleeding along with. They do not seem to have noticed you. With the two folks who got an 11 on their perception rolls, which I believe is Mr. Bits and
Yes, I did.
Strikeout, you notice there's a petri dish of powder on one of the tables.
A petri dish of powder.
Yeah. A petri
Did
of powder,
we
one might say. Powder petri,
give
one
him
might
any
say.
drugs? We didn't have any drugs left, did we?
We
No,
gave
but
him residue in a baggie.
Oh,
Marge
yeah.
did give him the residue in the baggie and said, "See what you can tell me about
Asked
this."
him to analyze the substance. And he apparently, I don't know why, Marge isn't that surprised because he has been ostracized from the scientific community for being willing to do things that don't conform with scientific ethics and standard procedures. So the fact that he's apparently snorted some stuff, well, of course she doesn't know this. She didn't notice the petri dish. But if she had, snorting his experiments would not come as a shock.
And Marge earns a few points back to slide her slowly back in the direction of Mom.
Which, I mean, yeah, if he can make us drugs, that would get us out of trouble. But she doesn't put the drugs on the streets. Drugs are bad, MK.
This whole time, Emily is just watching you guys, and she has apparently noticed that none of you are terribly surprised at this outcome. And she kind of sits there and waits to see if anyone fesses up for a moment, and then just goes, "Oh, figures," and turns on her heel and storms out.
I just whisper, what are you gonna do when she walks away? I just whisper under my breath.
Wait, what did you whisper?
What are you gonna do about it?
Hold on.
Oh, he's rolling to see if she hears you, dude.
Yeah,
You're never getting her phone number.
I don't care. I can tell she's not a nice person.
She burned that bridge.
As you whisper under your breath, "What are you gonna do about it?" as she leaves, thinking that she's out of earshot. There's appears to be a slight raise to the hackles of your neck, and you hear the stomps starting to come back and then go silent. And then a few seconds later, there's a sharp stabbing pain in your right calf as she has toe kicked you in the middle of the muscle with her heels.
I would like to roll to not flinch.
Okay.
Like it didn't matter.
All right, that's gonna be tough and hero, and if you have a skill that would help in this fashion.
I don't. I don't.
What
I
about
don't
your
use-
special skill where you think you can do anything?
Oh yeah, my secret power.
Yeah, I mean that's not going to go wrong, right? You're invincible.
Surely failing an alter reality roll to not flinch would have absolutely nothing bad happen.
I'm sure that will help our situation.
I don't know. Would persuasion count? Like I'm trying to persuade her that she couldn't hurt me.
This would not be persuasion because you're not being truthful.
What about
This would
deception?
be deception, acting,
Oh, I don't have
something
that.
along
Anyways,
those lines.
I'll just roll. I'll just roll stuff. I'm just doing charming and hero, I guess.
Yep, that
Right?
looks
Yeah.
like
12.
you don't even move. You feel the impact on inside your calf. You feel the lightning bolt of pain that shoots all the way down to your ankle and all the way up through to the middle of your thigh, and you don't even grunt.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
don't do
hear
anything.
the heel, the sound of her footsteps pick up again as she leaves the room. It didn't do any physical damage to your health meter, but
Right.
it does hurt like a mother, and you are
I definitely have a
limping for
Charlie
the
horse
next.
there.
Yeah, you are limping for the next 15 minutes.
calmer than you are.
So, what are we doing?
Okay.
I love how
Can we turn the
Mr.
music
Pitts
off?
hasn't said shit in like an hour.
It's not true.
I can just see the face palm. That's just like that all Stupor Heroes is just 1 3-hour face palm for him.
Can we turn the music off somehow? Can we just say like
No, we don't need to interfere with the
Google?
music. I mean, that's probably for Floyd, more than anything. But we do need to get Blag to stop and catch fire or whatever. He needs, you know, he needs to sober up because he's like the scientist in the room.
Okay.
So it'll be like
Yep.
standing in front of him, waving your arms like you're trying to attract the attention of a dinosaur.
You stand in front of him and you wave your hands and you notice that his eyes are not only are they glazed over, but they're focused on something that seems to be in another world. Like he is tripping balls
He took
and does
the
not even see you in front of him.
Does Marge have any idea what this is? I mean, because she can tell that he's stoned like a fish.
Well, you do recall, actually everyone recalls hearing about the effects of Nichigo whenever Mr. Bitts was learning about it, is that one of the things, the reason it got its name is Nichigo is Russian for nothing, and that's what you remember and encounter while you are on the drug.
So great,
Like,
he's out of it. We can't get him to make fake drugs.
If he took it, he's in another plane.
So we'd have to just basically take the real stuff, whatever.
Marge or Mother Nature at this point, as she's in costume, Mother Nature does not know that the drugs are there.
Yeah.
Only Strikeout and Mr. Bitts is aware of the Petri of powder.
Why is he so stoned? Why is he so zarped up?
And I think at this point, Mr. Bitts points to the petri dish and says, "I think he's been cooking his own."
Now, you also notice that next to the petri dish is, in fact, the little crumpled baggie, which contained the original residue. Now, this little baggie that's there is roughly the size. It's a little Ziploc baggie, but if you've ever played tabletop games or done some crafting, you're aware of these. It's a little Ziploc that's about the size of a matchbook.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the residue. That's what contained the original amount of powder that you gave
That was
Floyd.
$2,000.
That was $2,000. This is a petri dish, a standard size petri dish, which was roughly about 3 inches in diameter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
About that. Give or take.
So we're talking he has a petri dish, so potentially dozens worth of these little baggies.
Way more than dozens. Like you kind of look at what was in the residue, what was in the
so he
baggie,
already did
and look
it
at
for us.
the dish and do some math. The little, let's see. Let me do some math actually. Apparently, in your absence, he synthesized about $50,000 worth of Nichigo.
Okay.
What is he? One, let's fill up the little baggie with what we have because I guess this is what we came for, so we got it.
I don't like giving them the drugs back because that makes me feel like we are culpable to the city's problem.
Well, but
I guess
at
it gets
the
us
very
in the
least,
door.
it gets us
Yes.
in the door. We can start
And
the
the
conversation.
really good thing about
and then we
that
can-
is I could go ahead and go home, and you guys could give the drugs back to what's his face.
No. You have already had Mr. Bitts break way too many laws.
Damn it! Okay,
In for a penny, in for
here's
a
a
pound.
thought.
Oh,
How
and Mr.
about-
Bitts pulled a red card.
How about we leave the drugs with the bartender at the Daffodil Club because he's already established that he doesn't fuck with the business or whatever. He doesn't get involved, so he keeps his nose
we
clean.
leave it with the bartender.
Yeah. So if we leave a package for Ilya, he's not going to mess with it.
You do recall that and Neil confirmed it, the drivers, whose names you don't know, but are written down, the driver of the messenger, the Lorna messenger earlier this morning, basically told you that you have two options, only two options, return the Nichigo or the $2,000 for it, and that's going to be, what was the exact word they used? Hold on. Do.
Oh,
Um,
I guess he's too high, but maybe we could get him to put a little
Tracer?
a little tracer. Yeah, I was thinking, but
Ilya was only providing this offer because of fun time last night. Otherwise, Vlorna just make you disappear in the dumpster. Keep that in mind for continued personal safety. That's the phrasing that the Vlorna messenger had, and Neil confirmed it that that when he says you guys, he
dumpster.
means Marge. Marge is either to return the Nichigo or the $2,000 to him at the bar or at the Daffodil Club before 7 p.m.
So that doesn't exclude leaving it with the bartender to give to him.
No, Neil was the bartender.
Oh, Neil is the bartender. So
Yeah,
that's what
Neil
we're
is
supposed to
the
do. So we could
yeah.
totally get this done earlier than 7.
Yeah.
Achievement unlocked. Oh, but we still got to put the boat back probably. But okay, whatever.
Okay, we could deal with the boat though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I was just trying to think of a way that we can infiltrate the Russians somehow. Or do we just do it? We just leave it for them
Well,
now. I mean, we
do
know
they
they're into
like?
bad
Do
stuff,
Russians
and
like
we'll
Sailor
cross
Moon?
paths with them. They might.
Well, they do know that that's what Ricky was wearing last night and this afternoon, actually, because you guys didn't change clothes out of your costumes before you went to the Daffodil Club.
Okay. And for part of this plan to work, Marge will change into her street clothes because she doesn't want to walk in there as Mother Nature.
Okay.
Oh God, that's probably a bad plan because she doesn't want to like walk in as her.
She's already walked in as her
Yeah,
twice
too late.
Oh yeah, okay.
and flirted with one of the highest ranking Lorna members in the city.
Yeah, but she was dressed like Cleopatra, wasn't she? When she like was
Yeah.
doing that bit, she did walk in looking like herself when we went earlier today.
But okay, well, let me point out something about the hero costume. Hero costumes have a magical, almost magical ability, just like cartoon disguises. You know, if you in a cartoon, if you put on a pair of sunglasses and a mustache, suddenly no one recognizes you. Um, if while you are in your hero outfit that is mostly intact, you are indiscernible from your civilian self. So if you walk in as Mother Nature, regardless of the fact that your Mother Nature outfit is kind of similar to the Cleopatra outfit, um, it's not your outfit, so therefore you would not be recognized as air quotes Cleopatra. Also, an additional point of order and an important question, which I should have addressed when you changed clothes: are you still wearing DJ Funk Juicy's chain?
No, it's kind of like piled up in a little, with the other stuff.
When did you take it off?
Like at some point at Defenders.
Okay, then we're going to retcon a little bit of this and add another 30 minutes while you guys were waiting for Marge, who, as soon as she took the DJ Funk Juicy's chain off, immediately fled, like full, Cinderella run. No, this is like Cinderella Naruto run into the bathroom and spent about 25 minutes violently and aggressively retching
What?
and comes out shaking
Is that like
and
literally
cold
funkin'
sweating.
juicy? Because funkin' juicy to the gastrointestinal tract?
As Bert might recall, when you guys were looking through Ricky's phone, there was a video in which DJ Funk Juicy gifted his chain onto Mother Nature, who then took a shot of nacho cheese sauce, saying that he's giving her, I'm paraphrasing at this point, that he's giving her his magic chain because this bitch is cray cray AF.
Oh my god, so the magic chain prevented me from like feeling the effects of my nacho cheese ingestion?
Well, you don't know exactly what he meant by the magic chain, but it does appear that it is a magic chain of allergen immunity
There is a
of some sort.
hypothesis.
You have a hypothesis.
Oh. So is he a superhero?
God, do I have to go to the
Dun,
hospital
dun,
now?
dun.
No, after I'm assuming after Bert steps in with this that you would put it back on.
I can't wear it home though.
But in the meantime,
Ugh.
we'll say you have
I'm gonna have to go to
reapplied.
the hospital. I'm gonna have to call home and say I've had a relapse.
We'll say you have reapplied DJ Funk Juicy's chain. So just to fast forward us back to the end part of where we
Okay,
were.
so when Marge. Okay, okay. I've reapplied the chain now. So when I guess I'm going back to the Daffodil Club and I'm going to be wearing my street clothes with the chain.
You can tuck the chain inside your shirt. I mean,
I thought
it
it was
doesn't have to be
huge.
visible. I mean, it's. Hold on, let me get the image. It is a, well, as far as wrapper chains go, it's actually relatively almost tasteful. Um, oops, that's the wrong folder. There we go. It's about an inch and a half in diameter. I mean, compared to, like
But Marge can't wear that indefinitely.
compared to like a Rick Ross chain
Like
or
chain
a
gotta
Flava
go
Flav
before
chain.
she
Like,
go home.
now, what you do not know at this point in time is the specifics on how the chain works. Like, does it suppress it indefinitely? Like, is your body still working through the allergens while you're wearing it? That's some of the stuff you don't know off the top of your head, and we'll have to learn. Um,
Well, the number one person for analyzing this kind of crap is currently blitzed out of his mind.
yes, he is.
So that's a problem for
Um,
future me.
the other question that I have, now that we've reestablished that you are wearing the chain and have aggressively learned what it does, um, what is the plan to, or actually, let's solidify the plan for what we're going to do before we head back to the Daffodil Club, and then we'll call that tonight.
Okay. I mean,
'Cause I
I'm
want to have an actual
assuming that
plan.
if Mother Nature went into the club because she would be disguised as a distinct person, that it might cause a problem, like that someone other than really cool chick dropped off the drugs.
Walking into the Daffodil Club while dressed as a
Yeah,
hero
that
that is
too.
known to is been, first off, been on the news. You are publicly known
Yeah,
as a member of the Defenders of the City. Walking into the Daffodil Club while dressed as a defender of the city is tantamount to suicide.
that would totally be a bad scene. So Marge will go in her street clothes with the chain tucked in and drop off the drugs at the bar. And if that's what's going on, I don't see why. I think everybody else can wait in the car.
Are you going to roll up to the Daffodil in a Defender's motor pool vehicle?
Oh, damn it.
I would like to see.
How
I would
about
like
we
to point out.
park down the street?
I'm being real generous and not just saying so you show up in front. Like, I would like to point out, I'm being nice right now because otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think take a lift or a dropped, I should say. Well,
We can
because
just
you
park
don't
down
want
the
them.
street and like
You
walk
don't
up.
want them to track. Well, yeah, I guess it depends on where video surveillance they have around
Because
the
I
club.
mean,
Then.
what's our rating on Drop now?
Well, Dave might have been personally traumatized, but everyone who has a dropped account, and the only one who had any bad marks on it was Marge, who has cleared it up by clearing it up with their financial institution and having the fraud lock removed on the charge. Just as a misunderstanding. And as someone who has traveled extensively, I'm sure you know what I mean. Um, People know it happens that are in that business. Like, we understand. All right, we're cool. Like, you cleared it up, we're good.
Okay.
If it happens
I mean,
again
I
or
was just like
repeatedly,
wondering.
we might have some words. But all right,
I was
I
wondering if he
get it.
gave us like a bad, like, do not pick up these people based off his later experiences driving us around. But okay, cool.
He might be like Kevin, the gate guard, who is just too damn scared to actually say anything bad.
So maybe we get it dropped. Uh,
What's his
like
name, Kevin?
like Bert suggested, maybe.
Kyle. It was Kyle. Sorry.
And we request Neil. Show some customer loyalty.
Neil is the bartender at. I'm assuming you mean Dave.
I
Neil is the
meant Dave.
bartender at
Yeah,
the
I meant
Daffodil Club.
Dave, and
Okay.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
Neil.
All right.
Yeah, Neil's a terrible driver, I'm sure.
Even if you're just like thinking about this, you will note Neil is not listed. Or not Neil. She got me doing it now. Dave is not listed as available for rides.
No.
He did say he was going to go home and just be. Oh hell, the fuck! No. That was pretty much
So
his reaction.
disappointed. So disappointed. He is my favorite. But yeah, I guess we get rando drip drop driver to to drop this. Yeah, that'll be the plan. Random drop driver drop us. I can walk in if you guys want to just chill. Chill.
Okay.
And just give Neil the envelope with Ilya's name on it.
Hey, quick question. Do we have any way of contacting Elephantum?
Not that you're aware of. You have ways of contacting Nid or Dane, but there was not exactly an exchange of contact info with Elephantum, who was basically threatened with death and then phased through the wall and ran.
Okay. No, I'm just thinking it would be kind of ironic if Elephantum took the drugs from the counter after we were seen dropping them off. So
Oh,
we're in the
don't give him
clear,
ideas.
we're in the clear, but the bad guys don't get the drugs.
Oh.
As soon as that idea forms in your head, you're pretty sure that just making the drop, if you make the drop, but the person, like for example in a hostage situation, if you make the drop, but the hostage holder, the kidnapper, doesn't get the drop, that still doesn't mean you're in the clear.
Well, he'd have to take it after the person gets the drop and then take him.
There you go. That would put you in the clear because at
Okay.
that point it's in Ilya's possession and then it's lost. But if Ilya
But
himself does not get the money or the drugs, regardless of whether you leave it at Neil or not, now that might get Neil in trouble, uh, depending on the security surveillance. But
yeah, we don't want to get Neil in trouble.
someone his head is going to roll. It may not be yours, but someone's head's going to roll. So is the plan to basically take drugs and leave it with Neil?
Yeah, it's
Generally,
put
okay.
the drugs back out on the streets.
I need
We'll
one
fight this fight
person.
another day.
I need one person, whomever you designate, to basically roll for drug handling and filling the bag with the proper amount of Nichigo so it's not suspect.
Oh, that was totally Shota.
So
Because you're the one who
who?
actually said you like filled the bag.
No. The
Well, I
bag was
said we
already
should fill the
filled.
bag
Yeah, the bag
and
was
then
already filled when you
get
stole
rid
it.
of the
Like,
rest.
So it's
No,
becoming obvious that Marge is a criminal mastermind who manipulates people into breaking the law for her.
no.
Marge Capone. Yeah, Marge Aaron Nay Capone.
Oh, Marge
It
Capone,
must.
Marge
It's
Capone.
probably a family thing.
Marzipan.
Oh, mascarpone. Oh, nice.
Oh
That's a
my
style.
gosh. Style point?
Oh, moo. Yes, a style point for Mr. Bits on
A
that one.
style
That
move.
was style moo.
And I'm back to full.
Okay. So, who is rolling for drug handling to end the session?
Marge.
Okay, I do have some style points just in case.
Now, if Marge is rolling, Mr. Bits is the one who knows precisely how much Nichigo was in the baggie, because none of the other two remember, or the three remember, really. So this is now going to become a paired roll, where Mr. Bits has to communicate to Marge how much Nichigo was in the bag, and Marge has to apply the Nichigo to the baggie with precision, because if it gets on the outside, then there's residue on the outside.
Uh,
And he
can
will know
does
that
he
it
know
has
the
been
amount
messed with.
in metric system? Is there skill somewhere here in this laboratory?
Well, none of you know the exact amount in metric that it was. You just stole the baggie and then gave it to the fish. Sorry, Floyd. He has a name. Floyd has a name.
Right. Why don't we just fill it right to the top? Just fill the shit out of it. If it's a little
Like,
more,
Well,
whatever, he'll be
I think
happy.
Bert knows things. Bert
what
knows
I'm
things.
saying is when you get, for example, if you buy a nickel bag, unless you sat there and put it on a scale while drunk out of your mind and calling Evan Schuster and telling him that what did you tell him? Hold on.
I run this city now.
No, there was more than that. Um, do do do. You apparently insulted his manhood and accused him of pedophilia while the staff of the Daffodil Club watched.
What?
Um,
That doesn't sound like me.
Neither does taking shots of nacho cheese sauce while wearing a magical chain provided to you by a rap
That doesn't sound
EDM
like me at
star.
all.
Yeah, three loco is crazy. Sorry, three crazy is loco.
They're
That's how I should say
crazy.
it. Three
So
crazy.
what are we rolling?
So, um, to start with, we have Mr. Bits, who is going to roll. Let's see here. It's going to be charming because you're trying to instruct her on things. And let me look at your sheet and see what kind of skills we have that deal with. Oh, you actually, you know what? You have data analysis as your mundane job skill.
Okay,
This might be the first time you've actually rolled data analysis.
I think so.
So that's going to be charming, data analysis, and your hero die, which is a combination I never thought I would say when I wrote this game. Meanwhile,
Isn't
Mother
that
Nature,
sexy data analysis?
right, is going to be fast plus acrobatics plus hero die.
I rolled an 11.
Unless you want to use science, you can use science as well.
Ooh, I
Because
totally
your
want to use
science is,
science.
yeah, your science is a little bit better than your acrobatics. And I have a number in my head, and we need to reach this total.
I rolled
Okay.
good.
I
I
rolled
got,
an 11.
I got an 18.
Oh, good, because the target number was 25.
What?
Well, you got a
Oh,
29, so I don't know why you're
added.
mad.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah, yeah.
individually.
No. That's the thing. When you have a collective roll, unlike
Yeah, I forgot that part.
you got a collective roll.
It's
Yeah,
been a
yeah. You
long
got an
day.
18. You got an 11 and an 18, so 29. That was you had to beat a 25. So with precision, you take little scoops, one little scoop at a time, and apply it. It looks almost like a matcha tea scoop. To apply it into the little baggie, and don't so much as miss a particle. And they're still intact because of the gentleness with which you did it.
Nice.
You even went so far as to lower the scoop into the bottom of the bag and then let go. Like you didn't just dump it like you would with Kool-Aid. Like this is immaculate work, and you lick your fingers and zip it shut.
Treating it like a condor egg.
It is. You hold it up to the light, and it looks flawless. Mind you, the light's changing green, blue, red, purple, green, blue, red, purple, green, 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 but whatever. So you now have precisely $2,000 worth of Nichigo in a baggie. And I think that's where we're going to call it, because we're 13 minutes over,
Yeah.
and
I'm
one
a
of us has to go to
pumpkin.
bed. Yep, one of us has to go to bed. So, are we here? Are we? Hold on, where's my phone? Are we here next week? Are we on next week?
Yeah, but like the shortened time. Unless someone else isn't here.
I know I put it in my phone, but I keep forgetting whenever Mr. Bits is in
I don't
Norway or Oregon or
have another trip scheduled until the first week of November. So I got
right
a
the
couple of weeks.
5th.
Okay.
The 5th is oh my God! Someone at work just emailed me at 11:24 at night. What is wrong with you? Go to bed.
Is it like a booty email?
No, it's metrics for a report that I have to create for a company that rhymes with Doctor and Bramble.
Oh.
So we're here we're here next week, and all right, rock on. We're gonna make more criminal acts, break more laws. Well, this I don't know if this is a new law that we're breaking. I don't know. Does returning stolen illegal property that's been synthesized, well, synthesizing illegal property, but you guys didn't do that. So does returning stolen synthesized property, stolen synthesized property, because you stole it from Ethan Blagg now.
Oh, you know what? We will get them back. Yeah, we're gonna return it this time, but
So you're stealing synthesized stolen property to return this original stolen property.
Yeah, like stealing from Peter
yeah.
to steal
Actually,
from
we should
Paul.
flush the other stuff down the toilet or something.
Well,
We shouldn't
Well,
be
there's I
letting these
mean, we've
guys
got to
get all
actually get rid
high.
of residue.
we'll decide that later.
That's a problem for
because
future us.
That's a problem
next
for
week
next
us.
We don't need Dr. Ethan Blog becoming the next
Because, yeah,
Chico supplier in the city.
he'll write about us in his blog.
Blagg. His name is Blagg.
Oh yeah, his video blag.
He'll write about us in his blog.
Oh God, no. She got it right once.
That's really the best you can hope for.
Okay. On that note,
Good night, everybody.
good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for playing.
Hi, welcome. Oh wait, hold on. Right.
Hi, welcome.
Bye, Steve.
Thank you for
Bye,
playing.
Steve.
Bye, Steve.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Good night, everyone.
See ya.